Doesn't mess up like the last one. All right, so hopefully you're enjoying y'all day. Y'all enjoying the middle of y'all week, y'all month, etc. I just came on here to build on a few things, talk about a few things in particular. A lot of people keep on sending me this video of this Yurugu, this cave kid, talking negative about Meek Mill's album cover. Now, before I play the video, I'm just gonna say this. I believe that Meek Mill's video is lewd and lascivious. Not his video, excuse me, his album cover. Yes, I do believe that. But do I believe that we should be hearing that type of rhetoric from Europeans, male or female? No. And one of the reasons why I say that is because one of the reasons why our behavior is the way it is because of Europeans, because of the Arab invasions that took place in Eastern Africa and Western Africa, because of the European invasions, colonialism, and slavery. This is why African men are now subject to this misogynistic way of thinking, right? This is why black men degrade their black women, because they're mimicking their oppressors. They're mimicking the Arabs who don't allow their women to show parts of their body where you can only see this much of their face. They're mimicking European men who up until the 1980s classified themselves as wife beaters, right? We do know that when you see the t-shirts, right, they're called wife beaters, and the reason why they're called wife beaters is because in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s, white men that would beat their women would wear those t-shirts. So this is why it's called a wife beater, right? We watch shows like Al Bundy growing up. We watch shows or Little Rascals. We watch shows like The Honeymooners, where the husband would say, "Ooh, Allison, one day I'm going to send you to the moon." So when we talk about misogynistic behavior and where it comes from in the African mind, within the African psyche, we also have to look at the oppression that we face. So in saying all that, I say this: I don't want to hear about black men being misogynistic, about being disrespectful to black women from white people, because you are the reason why black men are misogynistic, are disrespectful to black women. If black men need to be corrected, it needs to be corrected by black men. Honorable black men, not coons trying to be like, "Look what y'all doing to the black community." It needs to happen from black, honorable, respectable men to be saying, we don't need to be doing that. It does not need to come from the people who have taught us this behavior in the first place. That is not how this works. You cannot mentally destroy a people for 500 years. I would even say 5,000 years if you actually do your history. You cannot destroy a people for that long and then have the audacity, the gall, the agony, right? To sit around and wave your finger and say, "Look at your behavior. Look at your behavior." So everyone who's sending me that video from that Yurugu, from that white man, please stop it, because I really don't care what white people have to say, and you should not care what white people have to say anyway. Okay, that's like saying, your molester molests you as a child, and then turn around and look at you and say, "Why are you so promiscuous? Why are you a hoe? Like, why you don't care for your body the way you care for your body?" Well, maybe because you spent so long dealing with the person's children parts, now they messed up in the head and they don't know where to go. Okay, and I'm saying that to say that black people have been so messed up in the head for so long that we don't know where to go. So white people do not have the right, Europeans do not have the right to ever try to correct our behavior, when in reality they are the reason that we behave the way we behave in the first place. All right, so please stop sending me this video. Let me see if I can play the video for y'all right quick. But I do want to say this before I play the video. I want you to watch how slick white people are. Really pay attention to the video, because a lot of us don't understand racism, white supremacy. I want you to really pay attention to this white man and listen to what he's saying.
Look at this fucking bus. Look at this bus that goes by in my neighborhood. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What is this? This is on the side of a bus rolling through your street. Rolling on the side of your street. Is this what you want, black women? Is this what you want, black women? Is this what you want? Look at this bull fucking shit. Look at this shit. Is this what you want, black women? Is this what you want? Is this how you want to be respected? Is this how you want to be respected in life? This is how you want to look? This is how you want to be portrayed? Stand up to this bullshit. I'm from Philly. I actually should support Meek Mill. This is fucking disgusting bullshit. Look at this lady. Look at this. This is on the side of a bus where little girls can pull up and see this shit. That's her fucking pussy. Let's not mistake what this pink dot is. This is disgusting. This is satanic bullshit. Look at this fucking bus.
Hold on.
Look at this bus that goes by.
Okay, so first, again, if we are going to take any form of correction about our behavior, about misogynistic behavior, about behavior of disrespect of black women, it should come from black people. I don't want to hear anything from a group of people who created the industry of pornography. Okay, when we think about porn and how you can go on the internet and little children can find disgusting videos, that was created by Europeans. I don't want to hear anything from a group of people who created glory holes. Okay, if you don't know what glory holes is, look that up. I don't want to hear anything from a group of people who go into other people's culture and physically rape them, or not physically rape them, but mentally rape them as well. I don't want to hear anything from a group of people that when you go back into the 1980s, in the 1980s, go through Manhattan and you will see they had XXX videos all around Manhattan, which was buildings that you can go into and put a quarter in there, watch a woman dance, and you can pleasure yourself for a quarter for watching a woman dance. I don't want to hear anything from that culture of people. If correction needs to come, it needs to come from honorable black men, not from a group of people who have exploited, who have physically raped and destroyed people's cultures and mental capabilities. I don't want to hear nothing from them. No African should ever accept anything that a European has to say. It's just like y'all hold Tim Wise up to a high level. Oh, Tim Wise and what's the other white lady name? I forgot her name. Look, they talking about racism. You got black people, John Henry Clark, and people who've been talking about racism for forever. But because a white person says it, oh, now we pay attention. Now we listening. I don't want to hear nothing a cave kid got to say about our behavior. Anything. Because our behavior is an offshoot of how they have interacted with us for so many years. Okay, again, do black men need to be checked? Yes, by black men. By black men, not by Europeans. Jane Elliott, thank you. I don't want to hear nothing that they have to say at all. It needs to come from black men, and not no coon black man who trying to get acceptance and say, look what Meek Mill's doing. He's poisoning the black community. You'll get those Negroes too, that try to act like they really care about black people, but they really want to please master and show master that look how I can get these Negroes in line. Okay? I don't want to hear nothing that white people got to say about no type of disgusting behavior. Because when you look at Valentine's Day and what their idea of what love is Cupid. It's a little baby in a diaper shooting grown people, making them fall in love. Their whole culture is based on pedophilia. Their whole culture is on disrespecting black women. That's their whole culture. That's where it comes from. All right. We be talking about how, and I'm not giving a pass, and I'm not trying to deflect either. Black men, we do need to do better, but we be talking about, you know what? I'm gonna get back on point, because if I go with that topic, I'm gonna go a whole nother. I'm gonna go left with it. So I'm gonna stay on topic. All right. So that was the first half of the video, right? He was saying how disgusting this is. You see, he was trying to create a gender war. Black women. Is this how you want to be respected, black women? Look at this. That's what they do. That's what they do. They try to pit us against one another. Black women, look at this. Y'all should be boycotting Meek Mill. But I guarantee you, these Yorugus be the same ones selling the albums that disrespect black women. I guarantee you, when they jump in their car, they listen to the hip hop that disrespect black women. I guarantee you that. They voted for a president that said, I grab pussy. They voted for a president that said, I grab pussy. See, that's what Europeans do. They talk out both sides of their neck. They all voted for Trump, right? Who admitted to grabbing pussy on camera. He disrespects women. He's chauvinistic as hell. He told women, shh, know your place. But then when a black man does it, and he should not do it, let's all agree on that. But when a black man does it, it's let's create a gender divide between black men and black women. If Meek Mill needs to be corrected, it needs to be corrected by upright, honorable men, not by Yorugu. not by white people. We don't allow people to speak. We don't allow our molesters, our oppressors to speak on our behavior or talk down to us when they created the behavior in the first place. That we ain't doing that. We not doing that. So please stop sending me that video. I care nothing about what that cracker has to say about Meek's Mill video. Do I agree that it's lewd and lascivious? I do agree. But I'm not ever gonna sit there and be behind the cracker saying, yo, he right. That cracker right. Yeah, he right. I'm gonna do what white people do. When black people arguing, or when a black person arguing with a white person, you know what white people do? They just be quiet. They just be quiet. Tell me if I'm lying. A white person never ever, he gonna be quiet. And here's the thing. White people are so slick. If they do take your side, they taking your side for a reason. So let's go into the second half of the video. Right? Because it started off with black women. Look at this. Black women. Look at this respect. Black women. Right? This is what it started off with. But this is how white people are able to Trojan horse ideas. So for those who do not know what Trojan horse is, it's basically the story of Troy, where they put like some soldiers in like this fake horse, and they like gave it to a gift of some other people they was beefing with. And so then they was like, oh, a gift. You know, whatever. So they brought the horse into their community, right? Because the Greeks or the Romans, or what I can't remember the name. The Greeks and the Romans, they couldn't make it inside of the community to destroy them, right? So they made this fake gift, and then when they brought it inside, when everybody went to sleep and they was drunk from all the drinking, the people popped outside the horse and killed them, and killed them at night. So basically, when you use the term like Trojan horse, it means like sneaking something in. Right? But you got an alternative motive behind why you sneaking it in. So we thinking that he cares about black women. We thinking that this whole outrage is about black women. Look how he treat black women. I don't like it, right? Watch the other half of the video. This is how they Trojan horse stuff in. Watch this.
I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of... Look at this shit that you're getting on. This is for everyone to see. Little girls are seeing this crap. It's fucking crap. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. I'm so sick of them just rubbing Satanism right in your face. Oh, it's for art. This is art. Is this art? Black and white checkerboard. What is that? It's a Masonic flooring. Duh. Look at this garbage. Money. Money, 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 money. Garbage. Garbage. Wake up. Wake up! It's all related. The vaccine, this crap, it's all related. They're all the same spider controlling you. Stop complying. Take your freaking mask off. Read about germ theory. It's ridiculous already. I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of...
So hold on. So it went from black women, look at the disrespect that y'all have to deal with from black men, to talking about, oh, look, checkerboard. See, this is where a lot of y'all get y'all information. Now, I'm not saying a lot of y'all on this live. I'm saying a lot of black people get y'all information from y'all talking points. It sounds conscious. It sounds woke. But then this man started talking about some black and white checkerboards, Masonic bull crap. Then he started going into some germ theory and mad stuff. So again, you listening to it and you thinking like, oh yeah, man, he really care about black women and upholding black women. And this is Europeans. They talk out of both sides of their neck. It's just to get you to pay attention. I'm gonna have fake outrage about black women. I don't really give a damn about black women. I don't give two damns about black women. But I see something I could be outraged about. I see a protest going on. I'm gonna point this out. I'm gonna go live, and then I'm gonna Trojan horse the bullshit that I really want to talk about inside this goddamn subject. Because it quickly went from black women, look how y'all being disrespected. Black women, look how y'all being put down by black men, to vaccines and Masonic conspiracy BS. And that's how we always get lost in the sauce. That's how we always get lost in the sauce dealing with these Urugus. Because we don't know their culture. Because we don't know their language. We think because a Urugu even says anything remotely that sounds like they're trying to help black people, we Google Gaga. Oh my gosh, you hear what he said? He really cares. Man, that Gaga don't care. And everybody's sending me the video and talking about the video. I don't even think they watched the whole video. They just seen the beginning of the video and was like, this seems like something good to share. Gotta understand white supremacy. You gotta understand these folk talk out both sides of their neck. The front, the two sides, the back. They talk circles. And that's one of their primary things is language. Is how they use language. Like, and I've used this example before and I'll say it again. One of my favorite scenes in the movie Amistad. If you haven't watched Amistad, it was a Spielberg movie. But Debbie Allen, the person who was responsible for like A Different World and stuff like that, Debbie Allen was responsible for putting the movie together. Like, she went to Steven Spielberg and said, hey, I got a movie idea. And she pitched Amistad to Steven Spielberg, and then they made the movie. So Debbie Allen was involved in a lot of the historical stuff involved in the movie, right? And we know Debbie Allen, she's Soul Sister, right? And one of the parts in the movie that really sticks out to me that I think people really don't understand is there's a scene. Well, actually, first I have to give you the backdrop of the movie Amistad. So the movie Amistad is based on a real story. It's based on some Africans who took over a ship that was bringing slaves from Africa. They killed the people on the ship, and then they was trying to sail back to Africa, right? They were trying to sail back to Africa, but they end up getting lost. Now, for anybody who knows their history, after 1805, the United States passed a law, and other countries as well passed laws stating that they weren't allowing any more Africans to come in from like the Caribbean or from Africa. And that was due to the Haitian Revolution. It took place literally 1804. They got their independence. 1805, they said no more slaves. We can't have no more slaves coming in from the Caribbean. We can't have no more slaves coming in from Africa because you dudes are wild. Excuse me, not slaves. They were not slaves. They were enslaved. So it's like, these dudes are wild. They coming in with this drum. They teaching the Africans that we already have here in America these new things. So we're not doing it no more. So it went from slavery, from taking them from Africa to creating breeding farms. And the reason why they created breeding farms is because they wanted to breed the African out of them. So if I could raise you to be a slave, then you're going to raise your children to be a slave. So that's why in the United States, after that time period, breeding farms became real big. Now, getting back to the point, follow me now. Follow me. I know I'm going very fast. Follow me. So if you were caught sneaking in slaves from Africa or from the Caribbean, they would send them back. They was like, we don't want them in the United States. We don't want them because rebellions kept popping up. They was like, we're going to create our own breed of slaves. We don't want any slaves from Africa. So we all understand that concept. So this ship came, the Amistad, I think 1826. I could be mistaken on the dates, but I think it's like 1826. So the ship got lost. They was trying to go back to Africa. The United States government grabbed them and they were asking them, where are you from? But they couldn't tell them where they was from because they didn't speak English. They spoke Mende because they was from West Africa. So they go through this whole trial to figure out where they're from, who they belong to. Are they from Cuba? Are they from here? Like, where are these people from? And so they win the first trial at the state level, right? And then, if you know your history, slavery was a real big hot topic at the time. The North, the South, etc., etc. So what happened is they ended up going to the federal level. So the white lawyer that was defending the Africans, he comes in to tell them we won the case. So he tells them one day they won the case, but he said, but we have to go to the Supreme Court now, is what he was telling him. So the African man, they're translating back and forth to him. They're translating him. They're telling him. So he says, but you said that if we won in your land, that we would be free. So the European says to the translator, he says, yes, that's how it should work. So then the African man who's translating, he looks at the European, he says, I can't translate that. He says, what do you mean you can't translate that? He says, because in African language, in the Mende language, we don't have a word for should. We don't have a word for was gonna or we should have. Like, we don't have words for that. He's like, either you do something or you don't. And the European man, the white man looking like, what do you mean you don't have words for, he was like, we don't. Either you do something or you don't. In European language, and this is the part we don't understand about language, they have words like shoulda, coulda, woulda. All those things are to trick you. Slavery should have made you free. Colonialism was supposed to, make you, after that was supposed to make you equal. Like, all these things are ways that they use words to manipulate. This is why it's so hard to read their contracts, because they work off of words. That is their main thing, words. This is why, and I don't believe in the Bible. But this is why in the Bible it says that in the beginning there was God and the Word was God. Because when you can control someone's definition and you control their mind, you can control their reality. And so Europeans have learned to use the word in so many ways, and Africans just don't understand it. We just don't get it. We think when the cracker's saying what he's saying, he really saying what he's saying, but he ain't really saying what he's saying because we don't know what he's saying. If you get what I'm saying. That's one of our biggest problems. So when we see these videos with this cracker talking about, look at this. This is how black women, y'all don't even know what he doing. And I'm not saying y'all up here. I'm saying black people in general. We don't know what he doing. He double talking. He double speaking. But that's a very powerful scene in that movie that's truly, truly overlooked. When the cracker look at him and say, what do you mean you don't have a word for should? He said, we don't have a word for should. Either you do something in African culture or you don't. Either you do it or you don't. There is no in between or in the middle. And that's one of the things that we keep on falling for. Every time we think we're moving forward as a people in their societies, we like, but damn, y'all said the Constitution was supposed to make us equal. But y'all said the end of Jim Crow and segregation was supposed to make things better. But y'all said, and the Europeans said, well, it was supposed to. It should have. It could have. And we just sitting around like, well, I don't get it. I don't get it. Look at the Constitution. The Constitution says, the 13th Amendment says that slavery in the United States will be illegal except for punishment of a crime. You see how slick that shit just slid in there? Y'all don't understand these crackers' language. That little thing right there changed the whole dynamic. The whole dynamic. Slavery will be abolished except for punishment of a crime. And so what do now? You make black people criminal. You make black people criminal. You don't know this cracker. You don't know who you dealing with. That's why we always confused, because you don't know who you dealing with. You don't know this beast. You don't know this troglodyte. You don't know him. You think you do, but you don't know him. And that's why I don't even argue with black folk no more. Do you? These crackers will slip a little word in there that'll change the whole definition. There's no coincidence that most black artists, they die broke. They end up in these 360 deals where they end up owing a goddamn label more money than they ever made in their life. How you come to the label, you selling records, and then at the end you owe them money. You owe them money. How that work? Because you don't know this beast. You don't know this beast. You don't know crackerology. You ain't studying crackerology. That's the problem. We ain't studying crackerology. See, the crackers study us. The cracker know us very well. The cracker know that we emotional. They know how to press the type of buttons to make you move the way they want you to move. They just be like, this with black folk. Dance. They know how to make us dance. They know all that. They study us. They know how to come around. Hey, man, you listen to Tupac? Bro, fucking Tupac's my guy, bro. Remember that line where he's like, you got to keep your head up. And then they say just little stupid cornball shit like that. And the next thing you know, guess what? That black person defending them. Oh, he can't be racist. He listened to Tupac. They done made you a foot soldier for them. Now you running around protecting all white people. You on my message board. Oh, you're fucking racist, Hassan. You don't know white people. I got a good friend named Brad. He listens to Tupac. Shut up. You're stupid. Now you become an ally for them and they bullshit. Because you ain't studied crackerology. You ain't studied crackerology. See, a lot of us think that this cracker came to Africa violently. That's the biggest lie ever. The cracker ain't come violently. The cracker came cool. Understand the 3 M's. The 3 M's. First, they send in their missionaries. Then they send in their merchandise. And then they send in their military. The military is never first. They send their missionaries first. That's why still to this day, you got these crackers walking around black people door, knocking on your door saying, have you accepted Jesus? Have you accepted Jesus today? And then they got black folks doing the same thing. Crackers ain't come to Africa violently. Remember, Columbus came there in Western Africa in the late mid 1400s, right? Slavery ain't pick up into the 1600s. That's 200 years. They was already there in Africa. 200 years they was already making these mixed race children, these Lancatos, the Portuguese. Look this history up. Why do you think what is that island where they speak Portuguese off of it's all mixed breed. I can't think of it right now, but Amber Rose is from there. You know what I'm saying? They didn't come in violently. They came in with the talk game and slinging their little pink penises. And then when they got their weight up, they got, okay, now we here now. What happened? Now we got y'all fighting. We got y'all hooked on drugs. We got tribes against tribes. This against that. Yeah, now what happened? Now we the big boy. Come on. Cape Verde. Thank you, brother. Cape Verde. This history is very important. I'm going to say one thing. We should not just be knowing this history. We should not just be knowing this history. Just know this history. History is a fine deterrent to a fucked up future. Let me say that. History can, if you know your history properly, it can deter you from having an effed up future or repeating the mistakes of your past. A lot of things that we are going through today happened to the ancestors back then. See, Europeans, I'm telling you, they would sit around and they would tell you voodoo this, voodoo that, worshiping your ancestors is horrible. That was the past. Don't worry about that. Why you worrying about the past? I didn't own slaves. But when you pull into a cracker neighborhood or you go into a regular park, I guarantee you're going to see a white man there in a statue like this. Or like this. And you Google that cracker and who that cracker is, I guarantee you he was a racist. See, they're going to tell you not to honor your ancestors. But almost every park you go to in America or every city downtown, they're going to have a cracker there who's on some racist stuff. But they're going to tell you not to honor your ancestors, not to put up statues for your ancestors. That's voodoo. That's ancestral worshiping at its best. Every school you went to was named after a cracker. Mostly. If it ain't one named after an animal, but it's named after a cracker. You went to John Henry High. Look at who the hell that is. You went to Monroe fucking high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, the hell you talking about I can't honor my ancestors? This whole shit you honor your ancestors. When I go to Jackson, Mississippi, when I go to Jacksonville, Florida, who you think that's named after? Andrew Jackson. Every place you go to in the United States that got Jackson in it is named after Andrew Jackson. And you know why? Because that motherfucker conquered it. Conquered it. If it wasn't for Andrew Jackson, Florida would be an African country in itself. This is a fact. If it wasn't for Andrew Jackson. And that's why they named Jacksonville after him. Because they were thumping with the Seminoles, which were Africans and mixed breed Native Americans. This is a fact. And or Gullah Geechee, whatever you want to call them. So don't tell me not to honor my ancestors. And y'all listen to that. Y'all fall for that. Not y'all on the live. I'm saying black people in general. So when I'm talking in general. I'm not saying y'all on the live. But we fall for that. Oh man, don't get to no what you doing about ancestors? And then we turn around and we repeat the rhetoric. We say the dumb shit. We say the same dumb shit, man. That was so long ago, man. I wasn't no slave. Why are you bringing that up? Oh, you just hateful. Oh man, that don't make no sense. Man, ain't nobody. You stuck in the past. Well, what about the white boy? He's stuck in the past too. Every year, the white boy go to a civil war reenactment. And they go out there and dress up like their ancestors and shoot fake guns that shoot out smoke. Pow, pow. And they fall down like they really got shot. They be falling down dead. And they lay there for hours. Pretending to be their ancestors. Riding around on horses with swords. Crocking lay like this for hours, like he dead, for a reenactment. They do this shit every year. And they're going to tell you not to honor your ancestors. Why aren't we reenacting the Haitian Revolution every year? Why aren't we out there stringing fake white people up from trees and fucking chopping off fake white people's heads every year? Because you Negro scared. Because you don't want to do it. Because you've been told to don't worry about your ancestors. I'm talking about these crackers spend thousands of dollars to reenact the Civil War every year. Those outfits that they have be real deal custom fucking made. Real deal. They spend money on it. Some of those costumes that they have, and I did research on this, some of those costumes they have to be weather pressured. From the material that is made, they have to keep it in a certain temperatured area. Some of them actually have clothes from their ancestors. This is a fact. Some of them have clothes from their ancestors that they kept from slavery. I'm going to tell you how the real. I'm going to give you the real. Tell you how it is. But they're going to tell you not to honor your ancestors. Not to honor your ancestors. But yeah, man. I just came on here to drop that right quick. I'm going to go ahead, save this. You know, put it on my page. Put it on my YouTube. If you have not gotten a book, Haiti and Her Friends, that is my children's book. Help her play out. Brother got bills. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to be in y'all driveway. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause my bills ain't paid. Then I gotta be like, hey, brother, let me get it. I'm sorry, brother. I need it. My light's about to get cut off. You know what I'm saying? Help a brother out. Keep me off the streets. You feel me? No, but I'm joking. But definitely get the book, man. Support. You get what I'm saying? It's a good keepsake. Give to a niece, nephew. It's important. You know, I'm as soon as I get enough time, I'm gonna get around working on part 2. It's important. If you haven't seen the lectures I did on the hidden history of Haiti, it's $15. I'll send you the link. It's $20 for the DVD. I'm almost out. But it's something that you want to see because everything that's happening in Haiti right now, I've already said in the documentaries was going to happen. I was already talking about these things in the documentaries. I was already dropping this information. What's going to happen in Haiti? And then it's so crazy. People asking me, man, when you going to do part 3? Y'all ain't even listening to part 1 and 2. What I'm talking about doing part 3 for? Y'all ain't even listening to 1 and 2. All the game I was dropping in, especially in part 2. In part 2, it was no holds barred. I was not playing with the information in part 2. Part 1, I was more like on the historical part or whatever like that. But part 2 brought the smoke. So people asking, when part 3? Y'all ain't even listening to catch up on part 2. Watch part 2. Study part 2. Like, this ain't entertainment. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's sometimes it can be funny or whatever the case may be, but this ain't entertainment. I ain't making this for entertainment. These are stepping stools. These are learning tips that we need to be taking, not entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, hit me in the DM if you haven't got a copy of Haiti and Her Friends. You get what I'm saying? Which details, you know, all the contributions that Africans on the island of Haiti. Notice I said Africans on the island of Haiti contributed to the world. It has a little African American history in it, how we connected and things like that. Very important, man, especially in the age of this whole foundational Black American and Caribbean beef and things like that. This probably got more history in it than most people even know about. You know what I'm saying? So hit me in my DM, and then you could cash out me a little something, and then I'll mail your copy out to you. You know what I'm saying? Anybody interested in this book? A lot of my money went into this book. I'm not a rich man by no stretch of the imagination. I don't have money. I do want to make my money back, at least, for all the things that I put into the community to put out there. That'd be the nicest thing that I could say. I ain't trying to be rich. I ain't trying to be poor. Putting information into the community, and then, you know, to some extent, nothing comes out of that. Because the reality of it is that a lot of our ancestors who put their wholehearted energy into this died broke. Died never making their money back. And I love us forever and a day. But I got 2 babies that I got to ride for. And Africa starts in your household. And I can't die broke. I can't die just continuously dumping money into the black community and then nothing comes out. I can't do it. I love our people. Love us, love us, love us. But Africa starts in the home. And if my children starving, if my children ain't got nothing to look forward to, then that can't be Africa. That can't be Africa. That can't be our reality. You know what I'm saying? And that's just it. You know, like I said, hit me in the DM. If y'all haven't seen part 1, part 2 of the lecture, or any other lecture that I did, I'm pretty sure I can go on YouTube and watch those. But for the lectures that I paid people to record, you got to holler at me about that. Hit me in the DM. Y'all know, for the most part, I always respond to DMs. Before I get up out of here, let me see if I can read through some comments right quick. Right quick. You said, okay, you have to specifically which Africans you are referring to when it comes to IT, because the Arabs over there as Africans too. Arabs can't ever be Africans. Arabs are not Africans. Arabs cannot be Africans. Arabs are just Arabs. That's it. They're not African. What up to all my Caribbeans? So one of the biggest misnomers is, like, we call it the West Indies, which obviously is a misnomer because so-called Christopher Columbus thought he was, you know, dealing with West people in the Indies. And then also now we go by Caribbean, which has a lot to do with like pirates and things like that. But for me, that's just Little Africa. What y'all call the Caribbean, I call Little Africa. You know, Arabs are blacks. Yeah, no, they're not. Arabs are not blacks. That's one of the biggest problems that we have had, is we don't know what black is. That's one of the biggest problems that we have had as African people. We don't know what black is. Oh, mixed race people black. Arabs are black. No, they not. Saddam Hussein is not black. DJ Khaled is not black. Frenchie Montana is not black. These people are not black. They're Arabs. That's just what they is. No, they crackers. They are crackers. That's what they are. They are crackers with suntans. Okay? I've already discussed it before. This is why, and I'm gonna do a video on this. But this is why they allow those Iranian refugees, because they know they white. They know they white. These are crackers. Arabs cannot be Africans. They are crackers. Now you might have some who may have like an African bloodline back there somewhere, but they still ain't African. Just because you got African in you don't mean you African. No. We have to stop disrespecting our lineage, our genetics, and who we are as Africans, and just giving that title out to just anybody. Just because they got a little bit of dark skin. Like I heard Negroes say that Southern Italians are black because they mixed in with the Moors. Y'all just be so disrespectful with giving away the blackness. Stop it. Cherish your blackness. I get it. We so oppressed. We want everybody to be a part of us. Yeah, no, you black like me. You black like me. No, stop that. Cherish your blackness. Stop giving it away. This is our inheritance of who we are as Africans. Hold on tight to that. That's your identity. That's your heritage. Hold on to that. Stop giving it away. Stop it. That's why I don't even argue with Haitians no more who talking about, oh, we got white Haitians. Really? So what have white Haitians contributed to Haitian culture? Because what I know about Haitian culture is that it's African culture. Down to the drums, the voodoo, all these things, the foods, where we cook the foods. What have mixed race people or white people contributed to Haitian culture? I'll wait. I will wait. So again, Haitian culture is African culture. Because you was born in Haiti don't mean that you Haitian. I don't care. Whiteness, I don't care. I don't care if you born in South Africa, you white. You are white. You haven't contributed nothing to our culture. So what? You can speak the language. So what? I don't care. Fwink. Get out my face. Right? Maybe do my Haitian accent. Ah, motherfucker. You telling me you Haitian? Why Haitian? Stupid. Telling me you Haitian. Why you Haitian? And this is the problem that I have. See, because I'm going to start holding the fire to a lot of our Africans in the Caribbean and in the continent. This is the problem that I have. This is the problem that I have with our people. You know what I'm saying? And I got to speak. I got to speak to our people because, you know, I'm African. I'm Caribbean or whatever you want to call it. So I consider myself like to be a representative of that. You Negroes can't be dissing Haitians in the diaspora, right? Saying, oh, you not Haitian. You can't even speak Creole good. Jaspo out, yeah. You not really Haitian. I hear that crap all the time. Oh, you don't even know Haiti. Just I hear all that all the time, right? But if a white person speak Creole, oh, y'all fall over the place. Oh, did you hear? Did you hear that white man? Oh, he Haitian. He my boy there. But the person who black like you, who may have been born in America, who can't speak Creole good, because he can't speak Creole good, you don't see them as your brother. But the white man who speak a little Creole, you all on his Johnson & Johnson. Same thing with Africans on the continent. We got to stop that. I try to talk to Haitians. Oh, you're not Haitian. You born in America. White person speaks in Creole. Oh, y'all like Martin. Remember the episode with Martin went to Los Angeles when the dude was like, man, just come to the show. All you need is 5 minutes and you're going to blow up. And Martin was like, yeah, 5 minutes. And then Martin went on the show and he's sitting in the crowd. And then the dude like telling a joke. And Martin like, Martin followed him. And Gina was like, Martin, like, what the hell is wrong with you? And he was like, until I get my 5 minutes, he the funniest thing on the world. That's how y'all be acting. That's how y'all be acting. Black person go to certain parts of the Caribbean, certain parts of Africa. Y'all be like, we not from that. Oh, y'all different. And that's all parts. Because I know Trinities at home in Trinity, when Trinities come up in the United States, they look at them like, oh, y'all not Trini. Y'all something else. Right? Haitians, it's all wrapped up. It's just not just Haitian, I'm just saying in general. It's all wrapped up. This is just this self-hating, this self-loathing that we have for each other. It bothers me. The amount of self-hate and loathing that we have for each other is sickening. It's sickening. That's what I try to explain to the FBA, ADOS brothers and sisters, is that it's not you. It's just we hate ourselves in general. It's not just you. I know sometimes it feels like it's just you because you have all like the ethnic groups of other black people in this country, right? So you got Haitians, you got Jamaicans, you got Bahamians, you got Trinidadians, you got Nigerians, you got Ghanaians, you got South Africans. So it all feels like everybody's teaming up on you, right? And nobody likes you. But the reality is we don't like ourselves in general. That's just a fact. That's a fact. We just, Africans all around the globe just hate themselves in general. It's not just you. It feels like that because everybody's living in this country with you, all the black people. So it feels like that. You know, and even in the ADOS foundational Black American culture, now people might say, oh no, you reaching. Man, still to this day, a lot of people like, a lot of ADOS, African Americans, foundational Black Americans, still be having negative things to say about Haitians and other people. Oh, y'all do voodoo, y'all stink, y'all wear deodorant, y'all boat people. Now what the new word is, y'all tethers, y'all, you know what I'm saying? So it goes all around. It goes all around. I'm just speaking facts. It goes all around. It's an overall thing. We all hate ourselves. That's just a fact. All right. I don't know. I see you say something about the 1805 Constitution. What about that? The one thing I do know about the Constitution, I can say this. Haiti, let me say this before I get up out of here. Haiti is the only country in the world, that written in its constitution, it has something in it for African Americans. That is the only country in the world that had, when its constitution was written, it had a portion in there for African Americans. The only country in the world. Not even this country that you claim to be your own has that. Haiti has something specifically for African Americans, saying that when you come here, you get land, you get this, you get that, you are our brothers, etc., etc. It wasn't until later on when this country, the United States, came into Haiti in 1915 until 1936, they changed the constitution. Haiti's constitution has been changed at least 40 something times. At least 40 something times. Okay? So that part was stripped out of the constitution. Even the fact in the constitution, in the Haitian constitution, where it says that no white man can own land in Haiti, that part was taken out. So when ADOS, Foundation of Black Americans, African Americans, people say things like, well, y'all don't open up the door for us and give us, these land and things like that. I can't even buy land in Haiti like that. And I'm a descendant of a Haitian. Because this country went and changed the constitution. And if we try to do things like that, guess what happens? Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, when he first came into power, reached out to Africans in America. And guess what? He didn't stay in power for more than 6 months. So anytime any African country does try to reach out to African Americans, it is sabotage. This is why it's important to know your history. Because then you begin to believe Pan-Africanism is dead. It never worked. No, this country, particular, the country we pay taxes with, has always sabotaged Pan-Africanism. Don't be listening to these Negroes on YouTube all day. Because I'm going to be real with you, most of these Negroes, they don't do their history. I'm not hating on nobody. I'm not pocket watching nobody. I'm giving you facts. Most of these Negroes do not really do their history like that. Matter of fact, I'm going to talk about two people in particular. Because I'm tired of the shenanigans. Two people in particular. I'm going to talk about this Jason Blackman and what's the other guy name? Professor Black Truth. Right? Now, I agree with a lot of things these brothers say. They have some valid points. The problem I do have is that if you are revolutionary and you standing on what you believe, why the hell nobody know what you look like? Why nobody in the black community can walk up to you and say, hey, that's Jason Black? Or that's Professor Black Truth. Why nobody know what the hell you look like? Because the reality of it is, the cracker know who you is because you online. And the cracker, they know you ain't hiding from white people. You ain't hiding from the FBI. Negro, you got a whole YouTube page with your IP address, all that. You interviewing people. You done interview the cracker for your show, Race War. So the cracker, the racist cracker that he interviewed, I can't think of his name, Gerald Taylor, know what you look like. But the black people that you talking to every day, leading and guiding them, they don't know what you look like. So how can we hold you accountable for the shit you say if you don't know what you look like? Like, I stand on what I say, and my face is out there. I don't care, because what I say, I live in true life. I don't know if you got a white girlfriend, because we don't know what you look like. But thousands of black people are turning in every day to listen to you. So that's the, and I'm not trying to say, nobody age or anything like that, but I'm just saying, let's use common sense when we listen to people, and we don't know what the hell they look like. What type of accountability is that? I don't know what the hell you doing. You could have a whole white wife, and you leading black people who don't even freaking know what you look like. You're not hiding from white folk, you hiding from us. Because white folk already know who you are. We don't know who you are. But you on thousands of black people listening to you. Black folk, think. That's all I'm saying. Just think. What I say on this motherfucking internet, I live in real life. So I have no problem showing my face. Because I'm going to walk it like I talk it. What? Bring it like I will. What? The life I live, some of these niggas be scared to walk it because I talk it like I walk it. What? Bring it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the reality of it. So I don't know. Jason Blackman, whatever his name is, and Professor Black Truth, I'm not saying they don't have valid points in some of the things they say, but boy, I don't know what you look like, my G. You could be a whole white man behind that damn thing. Can we at least see what you... Can we see what you look like? Can we see your family? Like, you got RGB tattooed on you? Like what you... I need to know. We need to know. Because you can't hold, what they say, no face, no case. We can't hold you accountable if you don't know what you look like. We can't hold you accountable if you don't know what you look like. So that's all I'm saying. Be careful who you listen to online, because a lot of people out here talking some straight dumb stuff. Straight dumb stuff. And it's creating a lot of confusion. It's creating a lot of animosity. And et cetera, et cetera. All right. So I'm out. Peace. Love y'all. I done talked. The sun done went down. So, all right. Love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Get your book. Hit me in the DM. Get your book. Haiti and Her Friends. You know what I'm saying? Get your DVD, The Hidden History of Haiti, Part 1, Part 2.